and I hope you're all having a lovely day so far, whatever you're up to. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video. So today's video, I feel like I have a lisp, number one, with my Invisalign. But number two, today's video is going to be all about how to basically avoid overspending and avoid overconsumption, over shopping, and to create a bit of a wardrobe wish list to try and narrow down your thinking and make sure that you are buying things that go towards your dream capsule wardrobe and that also avoid you from wearing them once and then never wearing them again. So hopefully you guys are excited for the video. If you are, I would love it if you gave it a big old thumbs up, and without further ado, let's get into it. So first things first, if you are new to my channel, then thank you so much for clicking on today's video. My name's Charlotte and I'm going through a bit of a style and I suppose a fashion transformation at the moment, in the sense of my spending and also trying to curate a bit of a capsule wardrobe and avoid over shopping and overspending, because let's be honest, it's not very good for our pockets, it's not very good for our bank balances, it's not very good for the environment, and we just don't need to spend so much money on clothes, and we just don't need to fill our wardrobes up with so many clothes. So you've probably noticed that I have been doing less haul videos on this channel. I am still going to be doing haul videos for you guys, but they are going to be much more considered, and I thought it would be a great idea to share my personal journey with you all and hopefully share some tips and tricks with you that can also help you to reduce your spending and reduce your environmental impact as well. So the easiest way to creating a wardrobe wish list is to follow these 5 steps that I have curated, and I find following these steps the easiest way to make sure that I am not distracted, I'm not impulse buying, and I'm not spending money on clothing items that I do not need. So let's dive straight into it with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is to assess your current wardrobe and look for where the gaps are. So if you already have 2 black jumpers, you probably don't need to spend your money on another black jumper unless there's something a little bit fancy to it, unless there's something a little bit fun and different that you want to add to your wardrobe. It's probably going to be more sensible to find a gap. Maybe there's a camel colour jumper that you would really love that you don't already own. That is the kind of thing that you should be adding to your wardrobe wish list. If you already have 20 pairs of jeans, maybe a pair of jeans isn't something that you need. However, of course, everybody's wish lists are going to be different, and this is just the way that I have created my personal wish list. I am going to be sharing with you my personal wish list at the end of the video as well, so make sure you stay tuned if you do want to have a little nosy and see what's on my wish list. So I did make a video recently on how to declutter your wardrobe and decide whether or not to keep or toss certain items. I will leave that linked down below for you. But basically the easiest thing to do is have a look at your wardrobe, have a look at everything you own, and get some ideas, have a look on Pinterest, have a look on Instagram, and once you've found your kind of style and the outfits that you want to wear, it's going to be easier for you to find gaps in your current existing wardrobe that you would now like to fill, and things that you can add to your wish list. So for example, I recently purchased a black blazer, and it is the first black blazer I have bought since I worked in the city, which was a few years ago, because I always associated black blazers with my work. But now I can enjoy black blazers, and I've added one to my wardrobe recently, and that was a missing piece that was added to my wish list for the longest time, and I finally got around to buying one and finding one that I love. So my black blazer is a new addition to my wardrobe and I love it. So once you've assessed your current wardrobe, you've found the gaps and you found the items that you want to add to your wardrobe, to add to your wish list, then you can start looking online and doing research. So the second tip is to study and to find the specific pieces online that you do want to add to your wish list. This step is probably the most important, and to be honest with you, it probably will take you the most amount of time. but it's also the most fun in my opinion, because you can start browsing online and you can have a look at your favorite retailers and try and find those key items, and then what you can do is you can assess each of their qualities, each of the materials that are used. You can assess which kind of style you prefer, for example, whether it's a H&M one or an Arquette one. You can decide which one you prefer, and then you can also consider the price points of each of the items as well. So you can have a little browse. I would recommend checking, if you can, about 5 different retailers for the same item, so you can have a little look and compare prices, materials, things like that. And then once you've done your research and you've found a couple of the items, and maybe you've narrowed it down to 3 or 2 items that you love, you can start to create your wish list. So the easiest way that I do this, and this is going to be step 3, is to create a wish list on Pinterest. Pinterest is the most useful resource I find for visually being able to see and curate your dream wardrobe and also your dream wish list. So if you haven't already got Pinterest, I would highly recommend downloading it. You can use it on your phone, you can use it on your laptop, and to create my wish lists, I actually always use it on my laptop, which might be surprising, but I just find it easier to be browsing the internet and then saving things into my Pinterest wish list rather than fiddling around on my phone opening up different apps. Now it's up to you how organised you want to be in this next step, because once you've decided that you're going to use Pinterest and you're going to create a wish list on Pinterest, you can also keep this private if you want to, or you can open it up and share it with the world, but it's completely up to you. You can categorise your pins on Pinterest into different garments. For example, you can categorize into jumpers, jeans, footwear, bags, accessories, earrings, that kind of thing. Or you can simply have everything on one wish list, and you can make a really beautiful dream wish list of things that you would absolutely love to add to your wardrobe. I'm a very organized person, but I personally like to have everything on one big page so I can scroll through and see how all of my pieces work together. I think that's quite nice to see how shoes work with blazers, work with jeans, things like that, because you have everything on one page, and you can definitely make sure your colour scheme is a bit more cohesive and that everything on your wish list works well together, which is a really important point if you are trying to build a bit of a capsule wardrobe and a bit of an interchangeable minimal wardrobe as well. So obviously we're all going to have different tastes and different opinions when it comes to clothing, and of course that's one of the things that makes us all unique and amazing. But my personal style is heading towards a bit more of a minimal, a bit more of a business casual chic look. So it's an everyday look that is really wearable and interchangeable, and a lot of my pieces are slightly more muted tones. They are more neutrals, they're more blacks and whites, more classic colours and less print. I do like to add the occasional statement printed piece, like this blazer that I'm wearing today, for example. This one is actually a really old H&M one and I love it so much, but I do tend to pair more statement pieces with more neutral pieces. But it's totally up to you what you want to include in your wardrobe wish list. If you absolutely love colour, then include colour. If you love things that are a bit more patterned, then definitely include those. But it's completely up to you, and all of our wish lists are going to look completely different. But there's something so lovely about being able to see on one page all of the things that you would like to add to your wardrobe. So the next and final step is to start shopping your wardrobe wish list. Now, my biggest tip when it comes to this step is to avoid impulse purchases. Whenever you see something, for example, like an influencer is wearing it, or someone you see is wearing it online and you absolutely love it and you feel like you have to have it, I would highly recommend going back to your Pinterest mood board or wish list and have a little look and see if that item is on there. If that item is not on your wish list, then there are 2 things you can do. You can either add it to your wish list and consider it for a bit of a longer time period to see if you desperately need that item, or if it's not on your wish list, then don't buy it. It's so easy to get swept up and buy things that we see. It's an easy thing to do, literally just to click on a button. Then all of a sudden the item's in your basket, and then before you know it, you've paid for it on your card and it's arriving in 2 days' time. That item then arrives at your home, and how often do you wear it? A couple times, a handful of times, and then you probably forget about it because it goes to the back of your wardrobe with the hundreds of other pieces that you have. By being more specific and more disciplined when shopping and adding new things to your wardrobe, you can, number one, limit the amount you spend on wardrobe items, and number two, you can make sure that you're only buying items that you absolutely need or you absolutely want so badly, because maybe they add something a little bit special to your wardrobe. It's something that you haven't already got, but you are avoiding the mindless spending. There is no need to spend hundreds and thousands of pounds on hundreds and thousands of pieces of clothes because no one needs that many clothes. I should also say that I am absolutely not an expert at this at all. I still spend money on clothes. I would be lying to you if I said that I didn't buy new clothes. I definitely do, but my purchases are a lot more considered now, and I look for gaps in my wardrobe and I look towards a wish list to see whether those things are something that I want to add to my wish list, or they're actually things that I'm just being a little bit impulsive about, and at the end of the day I probably don't need to buy them. So I'm going along my own personal journey at the moment, and I wanted to share these videos with you now because I feel like a lot of the time you see videos from people who are already at their end point, and I think it's quite nice sometimes to watch videos from people who are going through this journey now, and I'm going through this journey now. I'm learning along the way. I'm not perfect. I want to share with you what I'm learning as I'm learning it, to hopefully inspire you and bring you along on my journey. So if you do also want to follow me on Instagram, then I am sharing styling tips and tricks over there as well, and also advice on how to build your capsule wardrobe. So I am just showing you now my personal Pinterest wish list. So it does have a few bits and bobs on it, and I personally am going to be saving up for these items and adding them to my wardrobe when the time comes. I can't wait. And that's it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful, informative. If you did enjoy it and found it useful, please do give it a big old thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below which was your favourite tip, and how are you planning on being a bit more conscious of your consumerism in the future. Let me know. And if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to hit that subscribe button for 3 new videos a week from me, and I'll see you in the very next one soon. Bye!